The way he's going, Ovechkin could pass the great one late next season. It's always time to turn your season around, and today on the Sportsnet Power Rankings, we are talking about second half surges. Now, for our purposes today, we're not using a hard and fast cutoff to differentiate between the first and second halves of the year. The timeline we're looking at here is basically post All-Star game, and we're focusing on guys who have found a whole new gear in the past 8 weeks or so. With that in mind, we have to start with the grade 8, Alex Ovechkin. How weird was it, even at age 38, to see Ovechkin struggling so mightily to find the net this year? On January 24th, just 2 months ago, the 9-time goal-scoring champion had just 8 tallies in 43 games, thanks largely to a 5.4% shooting percentage. Since that time, Ovechkin has 18 goals in 25 contests, scoring at a 59-goal pace. Only Zach Hyman and Austin Matthews in that span have scored more than Ovi, who has suddenly reignited his chase for Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring mark. The way he's going, Ovechkin could pass the great one late next season. Another Capital who's completely turned his season around is Dylan Strome. The 2016 third overall pick just turned 27, and after some serious highs and lows, seems to be taking his career to the next level. Strome had 28 points in his first 45 games this year for about a 50-point pace. Since then, the 6'3" center has netted 32 points in 26 outings for a 100-point clip. Now, a big reason both Ovechkin and Strome have been able to put up much better numbers is because the Washington power play has done a complete about-face, going from one of the league's worst outfits in the first half of the year to one of the premier units in the second. Still, it's impressive stuff from two guys at different points in their careers. If a couple Capitals have kicked things up a notch, how about the can't-be-stopped Nashville Predators? The Preds, who have not lost a regulation time game in 18 outings, are the second half story of the year from a team perspective. As you'd expect, this success is being driven by a few individual explosions. Roman Josi is basically playing at a 110-point clip from the back end since the All-Star break. Philip Forsberg is on a 62-goal pace since then, and Gus Nyquist, who had just one 60-point season on the books in his career, has already set a new high with 65 and is playing at a 105-point pace. Of course, backing it all up is UC Saros. Remember him? The goalie we thought Nashville might trade, except his value was too low because he was having a bad year? Well, Saros has gone from basically posting a 500 record through 43 games with a .901 save percentage to having a .932 mark in his past 14 outings and a sparkling 12-0-2 record in that span. A couple other guys who've kicked it up in the second half: Nick Suzuki of the Montreal Canadiens and Florida Panthers defenseman Brandon Montour. Suzuki, always known more as a passer than sniper, has already set new career highs with 29 goals and 67 points. Since January 25th, the Habs captain has found the net 17 times in 24 outings, as much as anyone in the league, save for just 6 guys. Oh, by the way, one of those guys is Minnesota's Kirill Kaprizov, who has really got it cooking in the second half. As for Montour, we all remember what a force he was in the playoffs for Florida last spring after a 73-point breakout campaign. Well, the right shot defender had to recover from off-season shoulder surgery and didn't return to action until November 17th. Through 36 games, Montour had just 11 points, but he's back to his old self now, netting 20 in his past 20 outings and looking like the defenseman played such a huge role in Florida's big run to the Stanley Cup final. Finally, we have to talk about Connor McDavid. The Oilers captain was 18 points out of the scoring lead, playing at a 128-point clip when the league paused for the All-Star festivities in Toronto. That is spectacular hockey. Since the break, though, he's got 52 points in 25 games for a pace of better than 2 points per game. He's also averaging over 1 primary assist per game and is officially breathing down the neck of both Nikita Kucherov and Nathan MacKinnon in the chase for the Art Ross Trophy. What a treat it is to watch 97 every time he touches the ice. Now let's get a look at the full ranking. Colorado just had its 9-game winning streak snapped, but is still up to top spot in the ranking. The Blues goalies have been pretty good all year, but Jordan Binnington and Joel Hofer have kicked it up a notch since the All-Star break. New Jersey's Nico Hischier was playing at a 60-point clip on January 15th. Since then, he's at a 92-point pace. Veteran Michael Granlund has picked things up in San Jose, grabbing 19 points in his past 20 outings. Okay, I'm Ryan Dixon. That's all the time we have for now, but check back next week and all season long, right here for the Sportsnet Power Rankings.